Thanks for watching this portion of Garage Logic today on our YouTube channel, and hit the subscribe button if you wouldn't mind. And also thanks to our friends at Everest Men's Health for sponsoring this. Go to everestmenshealth.com today to see if they can help you with better energy and better health. And catch the Garage Logic podcast wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Okay.
All right, now there's a gal in Chicago I was reading about. Her name is Nicole. That's not her real name. She's a 16. She's a seasoned Chicago carjacker who has used a knife to threaten her victims. She told WBBM TV, along with a handful of other teen carjackers, what led her to take part in the city's carjacking surge and why she keeps committing the crime. The number of times Nicole has carjacked isn't clear to her, but it's at least 6. I don't know, she told WBBM with a nervous giggle. I don't count them.
Wow.
The station said it had been tracking Chicago's carjacking spike for 2 years, and arrest data shows 54% of carjacking arrestees from January through April this year were 17 years old or younger. Police aren't having much success collaring carjackers, according to WBBM. Nicole, not her real name, told WBBM that her reasons for carjacking has ranged from acquiring instant transportation to acquiring cash. I had someplace to go and I didn't have a way to get there, she told WBBM. Sometimes I even sell a car, like get a car or just get the money. Being a girl, it can be an advantage for her when she's carjacking, as they wouldn't probably expect a younger age female to be out there carjacking. She has been arrested, but it hasn't quelled her interest in carjacking.
Oh, I wonder why.
Believe it or not, the station said that after a short stay in juvenile detention, Nicole was back out on the streets and carjacking, and she's still doing it. She blames remote learning for her life of crime, noting to WBBM that her attendance often is dependent on whether she's feeling it or not.
Wow.
If I was like doing the in-person school, then it would be less of me like thinking to go carjack somebody.
And who called this last year when we started to do distance learning, by the way?
Get this.
Me? I don't
All
know.
of us.
Oh, okay.
We're now about to be going full circle. Believe it or not, WBBM said Nicole wants to be a doctor and working in a hospital someday, taking care of people or saving lives, she told the station, adding that she wants skeptics to know that she intends to graduate high school and go to college.
Honey, you're going to be dead or in prison for life before you hit 20.
You know what? No,
she won't be.
I
She'll probably
want to
be a doctor.
I want to hold out hope that she'll turn her life around.
Oh, you're
Because at
so
least,
naive.
well, I know I'm being a bit naive in this situation, Kenny, but at least she's looking for something to get her out of that situation. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Yeah,
either that
yeah,
or she's
yeah.
full of BS.
Oh, she just said it for the camera, you're
She
saying?
reminds me of a Gopher basketball player I once interviewed, I won't name. And I said, "What's your major?" And he said, "Electricity."
That's where that comes from?
Electricity.
at the U of M? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Wasn't a regular attendee of class, I'm taking.
we got Westinghouse and we've got Edison. Which one? Which kind of electricity?
But this young lady, just like the sheriff, Grady Judd, was saying, she's facing no consequences.
No, none.
Therefore, what does she do? Continues to steal the cars.
She's going to be a repeat offender.
Looking for money or a ride.
And look at that. When you were saying that, you know what instantly popped into my head? Well, A, why isn't she in school? But B, if there wasn't just open season on vehicles, whether it's in Chicago, whether it's in Minneapolis here, what would she be doing at 16? She'd have a bleeping part-time job as a high school kid, like the rest of us did at that age.
Well, why isn't she? I think every day of my high school career, I wasn't feeling it, but yet I always ended up going.
Right.
Why is that? Parents, right?
Well, yeah.
Parents. You guys heard of Walter Edward Williams? He is, I have his Wikipedia page up. He's not with us anymore. He was an American economist, commentator,
I know where you're going. Yep.
and academic. The Reverend Tim Christopher just retweeted a quote of his within the last hour, 2 hours. Listen to this, Such. For somebody to do well in school, somebody needs to make him go to bed on time and get a good 10 hours sleep. Someone must wake him up to do his homework. Somebody must feed him breakfast in the morning, and somebody must make him mind the teacher, said Williams. If those things are not done, I don't care how much money you put in the school system, education will not occur.
Bravo.
I remember our father used to wake us up by putting his foot at the end of the bed and then violently shaking the mattress.
I read this thing and I had the biggest flashback of fighting with our son, mostly the roommate fighting with him for, all through junior high and senior high. Get up, do your homework, eat your food, go to bed.
Well, it worked.
Every single day.
Because you can't give up. It worked.
Right. He's the kid,
On that, is it bad that the 9-year-old has to wake me up in the morning?
Yes, that's a reverse triangular situation.
Well, he's the kid that, she gets up and she's usually out the door by 6 a.m. and he hears that, so he gets up and starts reading or doing whatever, and then it's 6:30. I better go wake up Dad, and then I have to get things rolling. But it's true. Unless there's a presence at home, you can pump all the money you want into the education system. It ain't going to work.
Do you have any homework tonight, son? I don't know. No, find out. Do you have homework? Yeah, I guess I do. When are you going to do it? I don't know. You're going to do it now, right?
Right.
I guess so. No, you're going to sit down at the table right now. You're going to do this homework every day. And now he's doing pretty good for himself.
Good for him.
I would imagine that the schools, which are failed, I would imagine the failed academy is more accommodating of a lazy student than it is in enforcing the belief that the family structure should play a role in the success of the student.
Oh, we know that as a fact.
We're just seeing the examples of that every day.
Yeah, they're continually lowering the bar.
Right. The failed academy has changed its paradigm to no longer expect much of anybody. Particularly black children, which is abominable. They're making them less than.
Well, and it's gotten to the point where some people, I'm not saying anybody that we know, but some people view the school, well, they're going to take care of my kid. No, that's your job. They're there to teach your kid, not to take care of your kid.
Well, the 16-year-old has no shot. There's no shot because she's suffering no consequence.
No.
Short time in juvie and then back out on the street stealing cars.
And I'm going to stand on a sturdy limb and guess she's got very little guidance at home.
I have no idea, but I think you're on a solid limb.
Yeah.
And I think it would be a miracle if she turned her life around and became a doctor. But
I'm rooting for her.
Well, that's fine. She certainly might be capable, but I find it so ironic that she wants to be a doctor at a period where we've been discussing the lowering of standards for things.
And I guess the reason my naivete, Kenny, came into play here is because, I spent a number of years working downtown on the weekends, right? And I can't tell you how many kids I'd run into that might not have been in the exact same situation as this young lady, but were in somewhat similar situations. And they were desperately just trying to look for an out, a way to escape and have a productive, normal life. I met so many kids like that. So that's why I'm rooting for her and hope that she's, at least hope that she's telling the truth.
I'd like to send